we can combine fractions by adding, subtracting, multiplying or dividing. And the most important thing in fractions is to understand that 1/2, 2/2 is equal to 1 and 3/3 is equal to 1, 4/4 or 4/4 is equal to 1, and so on. So when we understand this, it's very easy to add or subtract the fractions, and especially those which have the same denominator. Here right away we can see 3 sevens and 2 sevens are 5 sevens, right? And when we have whole numbers, try to add the whole numbers separately and the fractions separately. So 2 plus 3 is 5 whole number, and 2/5 plus 2/5 is 4/5 here. Sometimes we have to adjust a little. Here 2 plus 3 is 5 whole numbers, and 2/5 plus 4/5 is 6/5, and as we can see here 6 is greater than 5, so it's same as 5/5 plus 1/5. So this 5/5 is 1 that will add in this whole number to make it 6, and then we have 1/5 left. Here 3 fractions, 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15. So we have 15 whole numbers. Then 1/6 plus 5/6 is 6/6, and then 1/6 is 7/6. That will convert to 16/1/6. Like addition, we subtract the whole numbers separately and fractions separately. So 7 minus 3 is 4. We have 4 whole number, and then 8 nines minus 2 nines is 6 nines, and 6/9 can be reduced to 2/3. We can see that we are subtracting 6 sevens from 4 sevens. 6 sevens are bigger than 4 sevens, and we will have negative fraction. So what we can do is we can think it as this 6 is 4 sevens plus 2 sevens, right? And we'll take away this 4 sevens from this 4 sevens, and we still have to take away 2 sevens, but we'll take away this 2 sevens from one of the whole numbers in this 2. So we'll make it this 3. So we'll make it 2, and from the 1 we'll subtract this 2 sevens, and that one you can consider as 7 sevens, right? So 7 sevens minus 2 sevens is 5 sevens, and that's our answer. And here we have when we have 3 fractions, it's better to do the 2 on the left from the first 2 and then do the answer with the remaining one. But in this case, let's do the additions first so as not to get the negative fraction. So 4 plus 8 is 12, and 3/4 plus 3/4 is 6/4, and that 6/4 is actually 4/4 plus 2/4, and that will make it 13, and 2/4 is half. 13.5 is the answer of these two, and then we have to subtract 7 whole number 1/4, 1/4, and we can see that this, let's write it that way like before instead of simplifying it, because we can see it's the same denominator here. So 13 minus 7 is 6, and 2/4 minus 1/4 is 1/4, and that is our final answer. Now here we can see that 9 and 3 are not the same denominators. So to make them same, we can multiply 2/3 by 3, both the numerator and denominator, to make them equal, plus 6/9, and 4 nines plus 6 nines is 10 nines, that is one whole number 1 over 9. And here we'll do 5 minus 2 is 3, and then we can see that 8 and 4 are not same. So we multiply 4 by 2 and 1 by 2 here to make them, this fraction will become 2 over 8. So 7 eighths minus 2 eighths is 5 eighths, and that is our answer. Here we cross multiply and add to get the numerator. So 2 times 7 is 14 and 3 times 1 is 3. 14 plus 3 is 17. And for the denominator, we multiply the denominators. 3 times 7 is 21. And that's our answer. Why does this work? We want to get the denominators same, right? Like previous lesson. So we'll multiply 1 and 7 of 1 over 7 by 3, both of them, to get 3 over 21. And here 2 and 3 will multiply both of them by 7 to get the denominator same. Now we can get denominator same. Now note here that each numerator has been multiplied by the opposite denominator, and that's exactly what we did. Now here the whole numbers 7 plus 2 is 9, and then the denominators is 4 times 3 is 12 and 5 times 1 is 5. 12 plus 5 is 17, and then for denominators we multiply the denominators. 5 times 3 is 15 and 17 is bigger than 15, so it will be 10 2 over 15 like previous lesson. In subtraction we do the same thing. 6 times 4 is 24, but here we subtract 7 times 1 is 7, 7 from 24 to get 17, and then the denominators 7 times 4 is 28. That's our answer. Now here we'll do the whole numbers first. 5 minus 1 is 4 and 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 5 times 3 is 15. 16 minus 15 is 1, and for the denominator we multiply the denominators. 5 times 4 is 20, and that's our answer. Now sometimes we have to break the whole number, and let's see here 4 times 1 is 3 and we have 3 here. Now in the fractions we have 1 times 5 is 5 minus 3 times 2 is 6. 5 minus 6 is bar 1 or minus 1, and in the denominator 3 times 5 is 15. Now we can take this bar 1/15 from the one whole number from these 3, so to make it 2, and then we can consider that one that we took from 3 as 15/15, and minus 1/15 will give us 14/15, and that's our final answer. The method that we learned in the previous lesson, it applies to all the fractions, but we will not apply them on fractions like 2 sevenths plus 3 sevenths, because it's very easy to just add the numerators to get 5 sevenths. But when the denominators are not relatively prime, it means if they have common factors, like in this 12 and this 18, we have 6 as common factor, or you can say 12 and 18, they both come in the times table of 6. So 6 times 2 is 12 and 6 times 3 is 18. We write 2 and 3 like this. We have divided 12 and 18 by 6, and then we do as we have done before. For the numerator, we multiply this numerator with this 3 new value and add it to 7 times 2 this value. So 15 plus 14 is 29. That's the numerator of our answer. And for the denominator, be careful here, we multiply the denominator with the opposite factor. or 18 times 2 will give us 36, or we can do 12 times 3, that will also give us 36. It's the same. Let's do one more example. Here 6 and 4 in the denominator, they both have 2 as common. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6 and 2 times 2 is 4 here. And then we do the same as before. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 3 times 3 is 9. 2 plus 9 is 11. That's the numerator of the answer. And for the denominator, we do this, that is 12 also, or we do this, that is also 12, and that's our final answer.